My dear radiant woman, I'm here with you today because I want to remind you that you have the right to set loving and effective boundaries in your life. You have that right. You are important and your boundaries matter. Many believe that setting boundaries is bad. Many of these same people also believe that in order for you to be a good person, you need to sacrifice yourself endlessly, especially for other people. Now, I don't know about you, but this is certainly true for me. I used to think that being available at all times is a virtue. And especially when, if we can be available for the people that we care about, that is a virtue. And I'm here to tell you from the deep chest voice of personal experience that always being available for other people is not a virtue. It is not a virtue. If we're constantly available for others, we lose the sense of ourselves or the essence of who we are. We start losing that. We start bleeding that. And we end up melding into other people. We end up starting to take energy and even some mannerisms and ways of being from other people because we're starting to lose ourselves so deeply. And when we lose ourselves like this, we then become unable to stay present, bring our strengths to the table, and then fully, truly be there for ourselves and others in a very compassionate and effective way. So effectively, the more we bleed, the less we can really be there for other people. If we continue to sacrifice ourselves, if you continue to sacrifice you'll get burnt out eventually. I think if you've been doing this, you know what I'm talking about. I don't think that people around you can really afford you to get burnt out. And I've seen this with a lot of women that when women burn themselves out, the world becomes much colder and much more disconnected place. So you see, we don't just need you. We need you to be you, who you are. So if you imagine yourself as a fountain, some of us flow kindness, some of us flow intelligence, some of us flow gratitude. Every one of us has something nurturing within us that we flow, some goodness. But much like a fountain, if we don't reclaim the nurturing for ourselves, we run out of water. We can't continue to flow. If we only flow for others, we will soon run dry. That's just fact of biology. Energy will run out. Vitality will run out. We need to replenish ourselves. Appropriate boundaries increase our capacity to care for others and to build those deeper, more meaningful, more enjoyable relationships with other people. I don't know if you know this, but if you can't say no, this took me a long time to learn. If I can't say no to other people, then I can't completely and fully say yes to myself. Can you relate to that? Do you feel like you're always at the end of the list of priorities? Do you ever wish like life would be a little bit easier? It gets easier the more you start to set those loving boundaries. If you don't have a clear sense of who you are, if you can't prioritize yourself for whatever reason, if you can't set those healthy boundaries, you won't have the ability to say no. And I'm not here to judge you. I've been there. I know what it is when you're not able to say no. And I know what it is when you think that setting boundaries is wrong, or it's going to leave you be left behind, or it's going to leave you hurt. I get it. But you, my dear radiant woman, you're the fountain of life. You're the fountain of life for yourself, and you're the fountain of life for those that you love. And I don't know about those that love you, that you love, but I want to see you flow forever. I want your radiance to continue forever in your legacy, even when you've passed on. So I ask you, please, flow for yourself first. Flow for yourself first. You're worth it. As always, I'm faithfully yours. See you at the next one.